and straight to Mr. Gabriel's office. Well, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. When I asked if he hadn't heard about my dad's sickness, Mr. Gabriel burst into laughter.
Your father has always acted all tough and strong. I guess death has humbled him. I won't be visiting him. Also, I won't be attending his funeral. A weak man like him who couldn't fight cancer can't be associated with me. If you didn't have our grandchild, I'd ask Liam to end things with you.
My heart sank. Both Mr. Gabriel and Liam were monsters, heartless monsters. I was about to leave when his wife came in.
Oh, Monica, you're here. I heard your dad is going to be dying soon.
Can you all stop being so freaking insensitive?
Well, isn't he dying soon? Anyway, we won't be attending the funeral, so accept our condolences in advance.
You all are so evil and shameless. I angrily left the place. I needed to make them pay. Hi everyone, my name's Monica, a 33-year-old single mother. Over the years, I've had quite a lot of ups and downs, starting with when I lost my mother when I was 10. At the same time, my dad got fired from his workplace, and we had to live on his savings until it ran out. He tried hard to get a job, but all his efforts were in vain. Well, until luck shined on us. He came across one of his old friends in quite an unpleasant way. The man had almost hit my dad with his car, but he was quick enough to stop right in time. When he came out, he saw my dad and was surprised.
What? You look so dirty, Greg. What the hell happened to you? Gosh, I can't believe I nearly hit you. Are you intentionally walking carelessly so you can get hit and pay for it? How can you think so low of me? I wouldn't do such a thing. I was simply deep in thoughts and you were driving too fast. Oh, please, I know your tactics. Tell me what happened to you.
My dad didn't want to share, but Mr. Gabriel forced him until he did. He explained how he lost my mom and his job and was now broke and jobless. Mr. Gabriel said a lot of degrading things to him, but my dad was calm and ignored his words. He went with Mr. Gabriel to his company, and he gave my dad a job in his production department. My dad was so happy. When he reached home and broke the news to us, we were just as happy as him. He ironed all of his corporate outfits, which he hadn't worn since he lost his job. After ironing, he arranged them properly and began to get ready for the next day. Life at Mr. Gabriel's company wasn't enjoyable, but my dad endured it all because he wanted to be able to provide for us. No matter how much the man looked down on him, my dad never complained. Instead, he would apologize and try to fix whatever it was, regardless of whether he was at fault or not. My dad never spent recklessly. He worked so hard but spent his money on our well-being. We never lacked anything. My dad was also wise enough to save a part of his salary monthly. Time flew by and I was soon done with college. I got a nice job, stopped my dad from working, and got us a bigger and more comfortable apartment. Then, I placed my dad on a bi-weekly salary to ensure he never lacked anything. My younger sister was done with college too and had gotten a new job. My younger brother was in his final year in college. While I took care of my father, my sister was kind enough to cater for my brother's needs in school. Our family was happy. My grandparents also lived with us to ensure they didn't get lonely, as well as my dad. It was in that period that I met Liam. We met at a mall and somehow clicked after we helped a pregnant woman in labor to reach the hospital right in time. He seemed like a nice guy, so we began talking. We would speak over calls and texts, then go out to eat whenever we were free. He was a cool person to be around with, so I loved the friendship. Well, as they say, feelings always find its way in. After a year of being friends, we couldn't deny what we felt for each other. Liam confessed first. That night, he asked me to be his girlfriend. Of course, I agreed. A week later, he told me he wanted us to get to know each other on a more personal level, and by that he meant introduction to each other's parents. It was a huge step which made me both excited and nervous. I had to visit his parents first. Well, you can imagine my surprise when I met Mr. Gabriel, who turned out to be Liam's father. And yeah, he recognized me.
Aren't you Greg's daughter? I saw you a few times when you were younger. Greg also showed me a picture of you when you graduated college. Liam, her father, used to work at my company. He was a stinky man, but he was hardworking. I can't believe you're dating his daughter.
Greg used to be so poor back then. I can't believe he now has a successful daughter.
Well, he has 3 successful children. My siblings are also doing well, and it's all thanks to my dad. I was embarrassed, but Liam didn't notice. Mr. Gabriel asked to see my father, but I refused. Liam had to pay him a visit like I did to his parents. Then we could organize a meeting. I didn't like how they were speaking down on my dad like he was nothing. It even pissed me off the most to see Liam sitting and smiling there like he wasn't hearing his parents. I'd planned to confront him later, but it slipped my mind. 2 days after I met Liam's parents, I took him to my family. My dad, unlike Liam's parents, spoke good about them. He also agreed to the meeting. Luckily, they didn't get angry at the meeting. Everything went smoothly. We began planning our wedding after 6 months of dating. My sister helped me with nearly everything. She made things so easy for me. The wedding was a grand one. My father-in-law was popular, so they were people of high caliber in attendance. I was the happiest. My wedding came to an end with 0 problems. Well, the first months after my wedding were good too, as well as the first 2 years after my daughter's birth. My grandparents both passed away, and even though it was disappointing that Liam's parents didn't attend their funeral or even send their condolences, I didn't mind. After my daughter's 2nd birthday, I got a call that my dad had fainted and had to be rushed to the hospital by my brother. I took my daughter and went there to see my dad still unconscious. The doctors had run a test on him, so awaited the result. Well, it came out that my dad had terminal cancer. My world shattered right before my eyes. How? How can that be possible? The days that followed were sad ones. All we could do was sit and watch until my dad's last breath. He remained strong, giving us advice and showering us with lovely words, which only made us cry more. That was my most trying moment, but Liam didn't seem to care. He only visited my dad once and barely even stayed up to 10 minutes. As for his father, he pretended like he didn't know what was happening. I confronted Liam after a week. My dad is dying, and you as my husband can't even pay him his last respects by visiting him regularly. Liam, how can you be so cruel?
Well, he's gonna be dying soon anyway. I felt it was best to let you have his last moments with him alone.
His words stung, but I held in my anger. What about your dad? Isn't he aware?
You know my dad doesn't like your dad. He only tolerates him because he thinks your dad is a strong and hardworking man. I'm glad he'll be dying soon so the silly rivalry between them can stop.
I was devastated. He saw his father's toxic and disrespectful behavior as a rivalry between both men. I knew then that I'd made a mistake marrying Liam. Without another word, I stormed out of the house and straight to Mr. Gabriel's office. Well, the apple didn't fall far from the tree. When I asked if he hadn't heard about my dad's sickness, Mr. Gabriel burst into laughter.
Your father has always acted all tough and strong. I guess death has humbled him. I won't be visiting him. Also, I won't be attending his funeral. A weak man like him who couldn't fight cancer can't be associated with me. If you didn't have our grandchild, I'd ask Liam to end things with you.
My heart sank. Both Mr. Gabriel and Liam were monsters, heartless monsters. I was about to leave when his wife came in.
Oh, Monica, you're here. I heard your dad is going to be dying soon.
Can you all stop being so freaking insensitive?
Well, isn't he dying soon? Anyway, we won't be attending the funeral, so accept our condolences in advance.
You all are so evil and shameless. I angrily left the place. I needed to make them pay. But I waited until my dad passed away, which was about a week later. With my siblings, the funeral was organized. Liam and his father weren't there. Well, I might have invited the press to make everyone see that neither Liam nor his parents cared to attend. The next day, the news was everywhere. People were wondering if we got divorced. Press companies invited me for interviews, but I declined. On the afternoon of the same day, I posted a recording. I waited about 5 minutes before deleting it. By then, many people had seen and saved it. On the day I confronted Liam's father and mother, I had recorded our conversation. That was the recording I posted. Liam called me immediately as the recording circulated.
How could you do that to us? Are you trying to destroy my father's company?
Of course not. It was a mistake, honey. Believe me. I didn't even know how the press got to the cemetery, and the baby had accidentally posted the recording while playing around on my phone. Of course, that was a lie. Once the call with Liam ended, I got dressed and accepted to be interviewed. I faked tears and acted depressed to get more pity. And yes, it worked. Posts were flying about our family, everyone against Liam and his parents. I got enough pity. When Liam returned home that night, he was so provoked that he lost control and threw a few punches at me. Our daughter was crying while watching him, and he almost slapped her if I wasn't quick enough to grab her. Well, my sister recorded it all and posted the video the next morning. Liam was done. People stormed their company, protesting for Liam to be fired. He was called a domestic abuser, and their family were tagged as heartless bullies. I immediately got to work. I contacted my lawyer and requested a divorce document. While Liam and his family faced the public throughout that week, I moved to my dad's house and never stopped attending interviews. Liam did too, but even the interviewers were against him. His dad's company was suffering too. The hate from the public was too much, so investors were pulling out. The company was suffering a huge loss in just a week. The divorce document was ready a few days after, and I took it to Liam. He refused to sign it, which forced me to take it to the court. I also requested child custody. After showing them the video of Liam almost hitting our daughter, the court agreed to me getting custody of our child and also got us divorced. Liam and his family were devastated. They were forced to make a video and apologize to the public, promising to change their behaviors. Mr. Gabriel and his wife also apologized for the words they said about my late father before he died. Liam swore to never hit a woman again and apologized for nearly hitting our daughter. He was also made to attend anger management therapy sessions by the court. 2 weeks after we got divorced, Liam moved back in with his parents. The topic of my family versus Liam's had been covered by another news station. Their company wasn't recovering yet, but I knew it wouldn't take much longer. My ex-in-law's company crumbled as everyone boycotted them and left negative comments on their website, which made them broke. They couldn't afford the cars and mansion they were used to, and had to move into a small house. As of now, they are still struggling to revive the company, but they forget that the internet never forgets. Often, Liam's and his parents' car tires are slashed by unknown people when they park outside. I was satisfied with the punishment they received for their behavior and the fact that they apologized. As for Liam, after 3 months of therapy sessions, he was allowed to see our daughter 3 times a month, but our nanny was always present. He tried to patch things up with me, but I blocked every attempt. I refused to be friends or have any relationship with such a callous person. I even went as far as posting online with a fake account, claiming Liam was a plumber and posting his number. People have been calling him non-stop for repairs, and he was forced to change his number. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below saying I subscribed, and we will try our best to reply to your comment. 2 weeks later, I went grocery shopping, and on my way back, I was kidnapped by 3 guys.
If you don't give us our share, you are dead meat.
I was tied to a chair every night and tortured. One day, they forgot to tie me up, and I escaped through the window. My parents were so happy to see me again, but I had bruises and was too scared to step outside again. One day, Sally suddenly showed up in my window. I was scared to see her. Hi guys, I'm Jenny, and I almost got arrested for a crime which my twin sister committed. My parents had been shocked when the ultrascan revealed that they were having identical twins. They absolutely weren't expecting 2, so they'd bought things for just 1 child. It had been so hard to get matching items after the scan, but they'd managed to get everything before we came. When people saw us, they were always amused. We were so identical that our parents had to give me a mark on my right leg to differentiate us. Well, you'd have thought it would be so cute when we grew up, but the reverse was the case. My sister Sally was the embodiment of mischief. She was always committing one crime or the other, and mostly the blame fell on me. One time, around the age of 7, my sister had poured over half of our cereal away. When she came to get me in our room, I followed her as quickly as I could to help her with it. While gathering the cereal carefully, my sister excused herself to use the restroom. However, she didn't return alone. She came with my parents. When they asked about who did it, Sally pointed at me. I tried to deny it, but the circumstances all pointed at me as the culprit. I was punished for it, and that made me feel so sad and betrayed. However, that night, she apologized to me with the excuse that she was scared of getting punished. I forgave her, knowing how weak she was when it came to punishments. Unfortunately, she never stopped. Sally would make mistakes and blame everything on me. I would take it without complaining because there was no way I could prove that she was wrong. She did it at school once, and I nearly hated her for it. I was in my class when a senior student suddenly walked in with a professor. He pointed at me immediately.
That's her. She's the one who assaulted and beat us up.
I'd never seen that senior in my entire life, so I knew it wasn't me but Sally. I turned to her for a moment and saw that she was trying to hide her face. I rolled my eyes, tired of keeping up with her shitty attitude. I faced the senior and professor and told them they were mistaken. The professor refused to listen and instead took Sally and I with him. When he got to his office, we were made to stand while he called our parents. I felt so disappointed, knowing he would call my name first. Well, he ended up just saying the twins. He asked about where we were the previous day. My parents told him that I was home with them while my sister was out studying. He then asked what we were wearing, and my parents told him. Then it was out that Sally did it. Rather than take responsibility for her actions, Sally began crying.
Jenny made me do it. She said she hates him and asked me to help her beat him up.
I was dumbfounded. I knew she was lying because she didn't want to be punished alone. But I couldn't afford to allow myself to be punished for something I had zero idea about. I asked the senior if we'd ever spoken, and he shook his head negatively. His response made it even worse, and I immediately regretted why I asked.
I have never spoken to either of you in my entire life. She suddenly came to attack me.
I knew I was done for. Him confirming that he'd never spoken to us made it sound like I truly hated him, and saying my sister suddenly attacked him alongside her statement made it seem true. The professor asked me why I sent my sister to beat someone up, but I denied. It hurt so much to see my sister continuously lying against me in such a situation. I was forced to call on my classmates for help. Thankfully, all of them attested to me being a good and peaceful girl. One of them, fortunately, had seen Sally watching the senior about thrice. The girl who confessed to having seen Sally was the head of our class, and the professor trusted her words to be true. With the evidence now pointing at her, Sally confessed.
I'm so sorry. I didn't intend to beat him up. I also didn't intend to lie against you, Jenny. Please, forgive me. It will never repeat itself. I don't know what came over me. Forgive me, please.
We were all deceived by her tears. I was forced to forgive her. After all, she's my twin. The professor also apologized to the senior, who forgave Sally too. He felt bad to see her crying. After we left the professor's office, Sally burst out laughing. I was shocked.
Oh my God, I can't believe they folded so quickly. Whoa, tears surely work every time.
My mouth hung open in pure surprise. She was crying just a few minutes ago. I was afraid to even speak to her. At that moment, she seemed so dangerous to me. I avoided her for the rest of that day. It got to a point where I began to hate the fact that we were twins because Sally kept getting us in trouble. And most of the time, she twisted the blame to fall on me. She got to know the power of her tears and never failed to use it. I felt so bad that we were twins. After our high school graduation, we began preparing for business school like we've always planned. Well, not always, because Sally was against furthering her education after high school. She still maintained her stance when our parents informed us about wanting to start searching for a good college for us.
I'm not gonna waste my time doing that. I want to open a tattoo parlor. Got it? I don't want to sit behind computers all day. I don't have the brains for that.
If you won't do business, then think of something else. I won't allow you to start a tattoo parlor. That's ridiculous.
I agree. I can't let you waste your life like that.
Well, it's my life, isn't it? Let me live it, okay?
I was surprised to see her speak to our parents in that manner. Even worse, we woke up the next day to find her room nearly empty. Her bags were gone, and so were most of her things. My parents were confused. They looked for her everywhere they could, but couldn't find her. The few of her friends we knew, we checked their homes, but she wasn't in any. We were all devastated. My parents blamed themselves for being the reason for her disappearance. I tried to comfort them, but even I was not doing okay. It felt like a part of me had been stolen. After a whole year passed, we stopped looking for her. We'd involved the police earlier, but they couldn't find her. We concluded that she didn't want us to find her and had hidden herself properly, so we stopped looking. I'd registered at the business school already and was facing life as a college student. Contrary to what I'd thought, business wasn't so hard. In fact, I was thankful to my parents for helping me make that decision. Life kept going until my first month in year 3. I suddenly got a strange mail delivered to the house. I read it and was filled with fear. It was a stranger threatening to kill me. I was afraid. I always avoided getting into fights or even offending people. So who could be trying to kill me? I showed it to my parents, who asked me to wave it off, saying that it could be someone playing pranks on me. I believed that for the first 2 times. But when the letters kept coming afterward, I knew it wasn't a prank. Someone was after me. I decided to write back to the sender, asking who they were and what they wanted. Their next letter answered my questions. Apparently, they knew Sally a year back, and she'd joined them in a robbery attack, but she absconded with all of the money and they were out to kill her. I begged them, telling them I'm not Sally, but they refused to understand and asked me to pay for it. They didn't care if I was Sally or not. All they wanted was their money. As if that wasn't enough, I was returning home one day from school when a woman suddenly began harassing me. She grabbed me by my shirt, requesting for some money. I was embarrassed and pushed her off. "Who are you? I don't owe you."
Shut up, Sally, you liar! Pay me my money this minute or I'm calling the cops on you.
I was so confused. The woman refused to believe that I wasn't Sally. Eventually, we found ourselves at the station. There, the police listened to our stories and figured out that I wasn't Sally. The woman apologized to me in tears. According to her, Sally had scammed her and her husband of $3,000 she promised to be surrogate for them and then disappeared. The cops promised to find Sally and get her money. Once the lady left, I reported the case of the unknown males, and the cops promised to look into it. I dropped my contacts before leaving. When I explained to my parents, they were downcast and felt bad for me. 2 weeks later, I went grocery shopping, and on my way back, I was kidnapped by 3 guys.
If you don't give us our share, you are dead meat.
I was tied to a chair every night and tortured. One day, they forgot to tie me up, and I escaped through the window. My parents were so happy to see me again, but I had bruises and was too scared to step outside again. One day, Sally suddenly showed up in my window. I was scared to see her. She looked so tattered. I opened the window and let her in, but she pushed me back and brought a knife to my throat.
I need to hide here for 2 days. If you tell anyone I'm here, I'll kill you. Got it?
I froze in shock. I was so scared, so I agreed to be quiet. She slept in my room that night. I didn't ask anything. I was too scared to speak. When I prepared to leave for school the next morning, she warned me again against telling anyone, and I promised to be quiet. But I lied. I couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't afford to be blamed for her mistakes every time. My life was at risk too. She needed to be punished. I didn't go straight to school. Instead, I stopped by the station. I told the cops that Sally was at my house, and they assigned 2 cops to go with me. Sally trusted me, so she was caught off guard when 2 cops burst into my room and arrested her. On our way back to the station, I called our parents, and we all met at the station. After days of investigation, it was discovered that Sally had been involved in robbery, kidnapping, and scamming. The cops were able to arrest all of her fellow robbers in a month, and they were charged to court. They all had multiple crime cases. Sally, for her 3 cases, got 30 years imprisonment. As the cops took her away, she kept screaming her apologies to us, especially me. And that moved me to tears. But how was I sure she was truly sorry? She has always been so cunning. But in the end, she got what she deserved. I couldn't afford to have my life endangered because of her. After that, my parents and I lived a happy life. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below saying, "I subscribed," and we'll do our best to reply to your comment.